What up, YouTube? It's me, Gage. And for this week's topic is having friends who, or if you have friends that don't call you by the name you go by, and refuse to call you by the correct gender as well. All my friends that know that I'm trans still respect me. They still see me as male. They've never called me a she. So I can't really relate to the whole friends thing, because where I'm living at, even though there's people that know about me, but the ones that don't know about me, well, they don't know. Sorry, that was my phone. But my dad, I told him about my name change. I mean, I guess he was happy for me. And he wanted to see my new license. And, of course, that's my new name. And they changed that gender to an M. So, that's really cool. He said, even though I'm going through all this, I'm still going to be who I used to be. And I doubt he's ever going to call me by my new name and the correct gender. Now, on my birthday, I went over there and I was talking to my stepmom, and I asked her, I was like, what would it take for him to start calling me by my real name and calling me a he? Would I have to grow a beard? And she said, more likely that's probably, going to be the case if I start looking more male. Right now, as I'm looking at myself, I look like a teenager boy. And maybe more facial hair will help. My dad is kind of closed-minded and open-minded at the same time. Plus, I'm his sibling, or not sibling, but I'm his child anyways. So it's going to be a lot harder for him. But I don't see how that can be an issue when his sister, my aunt, is calling me her nephew now, and the correct name. I'm working on my mom. My mom's a little different story. She, every now and then she'll call me Gage. Well, she thinks my name is Cage, with a C. And, my mom she's silly. Well, if you know how Filipino women are or something like that, they're just kind of, I don't know. Her boyfriend is not using the proper pronouns yet. I just met him, and, he understands me, and he's really cool with it. And he looks like 50 Cent, but not so buff. But he's a really good guy. I know he's that type of person, if you can sit down and talk to him, he'll respect you. But I plan to talk to him more about it. My mom still throws in the she and daughter thing, just like, I don't know, just to make fun. She likes to give me a hard time. Also, well, I'm not going to tell you my real name, but I went by Beck. And she still calls me that because she says I look like The Rock off the movie with that guy from American Pie, Sean something, and his name was Beck in the movie, so she still calls me that. It's really annoying because it reminds me of my old name. No offense to my friends with the name Beck, because I have one. Um, so, yeah. Let's see what else. But, like, my dad invited me and my brother to have Thanksgiving with them. 'Cause they want to celebrate it Saturday. But working two jobs, it's just not all gonna work together, because one job I have to work here and the other job I gotta close, and I'm working 11, 12-hour shifts, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not, I don't think it's gonna happen, and if it does happen, I don't want to go, because of the fact that he's gonna have it at my stepmom's mom's house, and I've never met my step-grandma, I guess you can say. I don't think I have. And them calling me by the wrong pronouns and the wrong name, I don't want her to start calling me that, because if I didn't want to be called, by my birth name and the wrong pronouns, I wouldn't be in this transitioning thing. I wouldn't cut my hair short. I wouldn't be doing hormones. I wouldn't be going through all this process if I wanted to be called that. So, out of respect, why can't they, respect me enough to call me by my new name and the correct gender? I wish, people like that can be in our shoes for one day. I think they would understand it more, I guess you could say. But for the friends, I don't have a problem. But family-wise, maybe eventually it'll get better. What I do when they call me by the crap that I don't like to be called, it just kind of, it's like somebody running their fingers down a chalkboard, or their fingernails down a chalkboard, and I just kind of, cringe my face and clench my fist, because it's irritating, and they know that it really irritates me. But yeah, like my mom, I told my mom on my birthday, don't get me a girly card, alright? Do I look girly? And yeah, look what she gave me. You can see it. Yeah. Does a man want fucking flowers? I don't. And, see, she put cage. And of course, my mom's boyfriend. Where Beck. So, I got a lot of shit to do about that. But other than that, yeah. So that's my video, guys, and thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Stay in school, eat your greens, listen to your mama. Much love. Peace.